Hi everyone, welcome back to Relicology, decoding language in your playlist. I'm your host, Sonia, and today we have a super fun topic to dive into. We are going to talk about chord mixing and chord switching in Indonesian songs. You know, those moments when suddenly the lyric jumps from Bahasa to English. We listen to them every day, but today we are actually gonna break them down. And I'm not doing this alone. Joining me is my friend and today's guest, Nesha. Hi, Nes.
Hi Sonia, hi listeners. I'm excited because the two songs we picked today are literally iconic but also full of bilingual surprises.
Okay, before we dive into the songs, let's do a quick refresher. Nes, you know how we always hear people mixing languages when they talk? Like everywhere?
Yeah, totally. Even we do it without realizing. But honestly, son, if someone asks me what exactly is code mixing, I'd be like, wait, let me think. And so please explain it again for everyone and especially for me, son.
Okay, sure. Basically, chord mixing is when we mix two languages in one sentence. Like, ah, aku capek banget today.
Oh, I see. And code switching is when we switch languages between sentences, right? Like, aku mau makan, I'm starving.
Yeah, exactly. And honestly, in Indonesia, this is super normal. This is how we talk on WhatsApp, at school, in cafes, everywhere.
Yeah, that's why when artists use bilingual lyrics, it doesn't feel weird. It feels relatable and sometimes it even hits harder emotionally.
Right. And what's fun is the two songs we are talking about today show very different styles of chord mixing. One is soft and romantic, and the other is chaotic Gen Z energy. So let's get into it.
Let's go.
Now, let's start with a nostalgic classic. There is My Heart by Irwan Shah and Acha Septriasa.
Wow, this song is basically my childhood nostalgia for almost everyone.
Absolutely, everyone knows this song, but not everyone realizes how bilingual it actually is.
Right. The Indonesian part is emotional and poetic. Like,
Bila kita mencintai yang lain, mungkinkah hati ini akan tegar? Sebisa mungkin tak akan pernah sayangku akan hilang.
wow,
Wow, your voice is so good.
I can.
And then suddenly, boom, full English chord switching in the chorus. If you love somebody, put really strong. I will fight to win. I love you conquer all.
Yeah, this is a pure code switching because they jump from full Indonesian line to full English lines.
Exactly. And the English lyrics are not randomness, they serve a purpose. Now, let's talk about why the English section in My Heart works so well.
Oh yeah, because honestly, son, the moment the English part comes in, the whole vibes change. It suddenly feels like a 20s romance movie. Like it starts raining, everything turns slow motion, and Atta and Irwansha are running dramatically toward each other.
Yeah, of course, exactly. And one reason it hits like that is because English love phrases sound super universal. Lines like "our love will control" or "my heart" instantly feel romantic and sparkly.
Yeah, for sure. And I also feel like English just slides into the melody more easily. The words are shorter, smoother, and they fit the rhythm of a ballad perfectly.
True, if the lines were Indonesian, they might not sound as smooth. English is kinda built for pop songs.
Yeah, and the best part, these English phrases are basically cliche, but in a good way because we've heard them so many times in Western love songs, movies, and dramas. The moment they appear, our emotion get triggered instantly.
Yeah, English here not only matches the melody, it also brings emotional baggage in the best possible way.
Exactly. That's why the chorus is so memorable. It's dramatic, it's cheesy, but it's comforting and nostalgic at the same time.
Now, let's jump to something completely different. There is Garam dan Madu by James C, Naikila, and Tensi.
Oh my god, son. This song is chaotic in the best way, and it has so many chord mixing and chord switching moments.
I swear, Nes, this song is like the national anthem of chaotic Gen Z energy. Listen to this part. Hold
Hold
my
my
hand.
hands, don't tell your friends. Cerita kemarin, ku ingat permanen. Manismu kayak permen. I hope this never ends. Oh, can you be my queen? And I'll be the Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Damn, I love how they switch English in the middle of Indonesian lines. That chord switching song.
And you know what, Nes? In verse 2, we get even more. Check this
Wow.
out.
Let's go.
Malam chaos ini, ku terasa sepi, tak mau sendiri. I need you here with me. Aku pilih madu manis kayak kamu. Ciro lu. And tell my friends about you, tapi tunggu dulu.
See, this is what I mean by chaotic bilingual masterpiece. It literally jumps from Indonesian to English to Japanese and then back to English again. My brain is spinning, but in a fun way, son.
Right? Like, this girl is sad, lonely, confused, but still multilingual. Very, very Gen Z core.
Facts. And I need you here with me. That part uh, make feel more direct and emotional. If she said it in Indonesian, it wouldn't hit the same.
Yes, English give intensity. Then suddenly, aku pilih madu manis kayak kamu. And boom, it feels sweeter, more intimate, more Indonesian flirting.
Ow. And the zero loop part that kills me every time, like out of nowhere, she suddenly counts in Japanese between English and Bahasa. It's giving anak jaksel bilingual but still not forgetting where she's come from.
Yeah, Garam dan Madu uses bilingual lines not to be romantic, but to show aesthetic, humor, and real youth expression.
Exactly. It feels like scrolling through someone chaotic midnight thoughts, but in three languages.
Of course. Okay, next. So, comparing both songs, they use chord mixing for totally different purposes.
Absolutely, son. My heart uses it for romance, universality, and emotional power, while Garam dan Madu uses it for style, attitude, and Gen Z identity.
Yeah, two eras, two vibes, same linguistic tool. That's what make chord mixing so cool.
Wow, you're so poetic, Sonia.
Oh my god, I didn't even notice that. Okay, guys, that wraps up today's episode of Ridicology, decoding language in your playlist. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you to Nisha for joining me today.
Thank you for having me, Sonia. This was super fun. And
Yeah,
can I promote this podcast?
yeah, of course you can.
Okay. Don't forget to follow Lyricology for more fun explorations of language in music.
See ya in
In
the
the next
next
episode.
episode. Bye bye.